sorry. What was that?
Allergies?
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 actors who hate their own movies.
Why are they still going to high school? Like up until last year, they're 100 years old.
We're just here to use the bathroom. And we're just gonna leave. I hope that's okay.
No, this is just a bad dream. I'm gonna close my eyes, and when I open them, everything will be back to normal.
For this list, we're looking at actors who have reportedly publicly voiced their dislike for a film in which they starred, expressed regret about taking a certain role, or outright criticized their own film. Which actor were you surprised to see on this list? Let us know in the comments below. Number 20, Christopher Plummer, The Sound of Music. It may be considered one of the best musicals or really one of the best movies ever, but Christopher Plummer did not feel the same.
Congratulations, Max. Who will you be exploiting this time? Aha!
Over the years, the Oscar-winning actor did not look back fondly at his role as Captain Von Trapp, the head of the singing family in this musical drama.
Edelweiss, every morning you greet me.
Instead, he made remarks calling the film, quote, so awful and sentimental and gooey. He even went as far as to dub the movie The Sound of Mucus. Ouch.
Oh, how clumsy of me. I meant to accuse you.
He also avoided cast reunions for a while, though in 2010 he did come around and appeared with the full cast on The Oprah Winfrey Show.
But the best part is I got to stay in the hotel with Christopher Plummer. Because I was an adult.
What room were you in?
Number 19, Charlize Theron, Reindeer Games.
Maybe you saw me and I didn't.
Charlize Theron boasts a strong cinematic resume, having starred in such critically acclaimed films as Monster, Mad Max Fury Road, and the action-packed Atomic Blonde. Sadly, Reindeer Games cannot be counted among them, and Charlize Theron knows it.
There's no future for people like you and me, Nick.
When speaking with Esquire in 2007 about this crime thriller, released in 2000, and co-starring Ben Affleck, Theron didn't hold back, stating matter-of-factly that, quote, Reindeer Games was not a good movie, but that she did it because she loved John Frankenheimer. She also told the magazine that she considered it to be the worst film she'd made to date. Given that the film was a critical and commercial flop, Theron is not alone in having that opinion.
I'm in this too, and I'm really scared.
Number 18, Mark Wahlberg, The Happening.
Let's just stay ahead of the wind.
Every actor used to want to sign up for an M. Night Shyamalan movie in the hopes that it would have an amazing twist like The Sixth Sense. Unfortunately, these days, the twist is usually that the movie you're in might not be good.
Maybe he's onto something.
Still, we can't blame Marky Mark for taking this role. He played against type as a science teacher in the critically panned flick, which, it's worth pointing out, holds a 17% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Wahlberg has publicly stated that Amy Adams, quote, dodged a bullet by declining Zooey Deschanel's part.
Are you joking?
SNL had a field day making fun of his role and came up with the now viral and superior Mark Wahlberg Talks to Animals sketch.
Hey dog, how's it going? I like your fur, that looks really great. So you're a dog, right? What's that all about?
Number 17, Michael Caine, Jaws: The Revenge.
Sweet Jesus, we're heading straight for it. Come about, Helen.
Another true thespian, another serving of unabashed regret about taking a role in a genre film. Unlike Guinness, however, Sir Michael Caine has every reason to regret his involvement in the fourth Jaws film, which by all accounts was no Star Wars.
First time's the best for everything. After that, you know too much and nothing's ever quite the same.
Though the Jaws franchise began with a roar, its success giving birth to the very concept of a summer blockbuster, the series ended on a whimper in 1987 thanks to this embarrassing final installment, which holds a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Of the film, Caine boldly once stated, quote, I have never seen it, but by all accounts, it is terrible. However, I have seen the house that it built, and it is terrific.
Bloody hell. Get us started double time. The breath on that thing.
Number 16, Hugh Grant, 9 Months.
Seriously? What?
My water broke.
Well, we'll get you another.
No, my water broke.
It wasn't the movie itself or the working experience that made Hugh Grant regret this role. He played a character perfectly in his rom-com wheelhouse as a man-child who's forced to settle down when he gets his dream woman pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
So what's the problem? Grant regrets having done the movie because it was a 20th Century Fox film, a company owned by media mogul Rupert Murdoch.
Well, thank you, commie bastard! Shut up, you lying bitch!
After the News of the World newspaper scandal in 2011, in which the Murdoch-owned newspaper was accused of phone hacking and other shady practices, Grant wanted nothing to do with Murdoch's businesses ever again. So far, he's stuck to his morals.
Well, it's nice, and I think you're great.
Marry me, Captain Ronaldo.
Number 15, Sam Worthington, Clash of the Titans.
Is it true? Am I the son of Zeus?
In the lead up to the sequel, Sam Worthington got candid about the first film, acknowledging that, box office performance aside, it, quote, kind of let down some people. In 2012, he went further into detail, saying that he wasn't happy with what he did on the movie, that he failed to deliver a character, and instead turned in a performance as the, quote, generic bland action dude. In fact, he went so far as to compare himself to a Barbie doll.
I'd rather die in the mud with those men than live forever as a god.
Not just criticizing himself, however, Worthington indicted all parties involved, challenging both himself and the crew to try to make a better film with Wrath of the Titans.
What are you waiting for? Burn it!
Number 14, Halle Berry, Catwoman. With X-Men, Halle Berry proved that superhero roles are in her wheelhouse.
You know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?
So when Catwoman came around, she saw it as an opportunity to further prove to the world that women of color can be superheroes.
You're under arrest.
As she told Variety in 2020, however, there were a few red flags early on. Namely, why can't Catwoman save the world like Batman and Superman do? Why is she just saving women from a face cream that cracks their face off?
How does she know all this? Who is she anyway?
Unable to answer those questions, the movie would eventually go down as one of the worst of all time. Halle Berry ended up winning a Razzie for her performance and gave a special shout out to the team at Warner Brothers in her acceptance speech.
First of all, I want to thank Warner Brothers. Thank you for putting me in a god-awful movie.
Number 13, Sean Connery, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Now, would you like to learn how to shoot?
A lot of time and energy goes into making a film, so we can only imagine the disappointment of producing a dud. But Connery wasn't off to a good start with LXG. He apparently only took the role as Alan Quartermain because, having recently turned down roles in both The Lord of the Rings and The Matrix movies, he wasn't going to miss out on another success just because he, quote, didn't understand it.
God, I hate getting old.
He was then rather candid about the on-set fights between him and the director, which reportedly verged on physical violence. When asked about the director's absence at the opening party, he said, quote, check the local asylum, and then abandoned acting altogether.
They're indestructible!
No, just armor-plated.
Number 12, Katherine Heigl, Knocked Up.
I'm pregnant.
Off.
What?
What?
I'm pregnant?
With emotion?
With a baby.
Perhaps one of the most public feuds in recent times between a movie and an actor, Katherine Heigl made waves when she called out Knocked Up for what she saw as its sexist stereotypes.
I love your curly hair. Do you like use product?
No, that's, I use Jew, it's called.
She went on to say that her character was portrayed as a bitch, and the women in it were painted as shrews, as humorless and uptight.
And just because I'm pregnant, I'm not some ruined woman and all romance goes out the door.
Director Judd Apatow and co-star Seth Rogen did not stay quiet, and both have defended the movie over the years.
If anything, the movie is about what idiots guys are and how it drives women crazy.
The feud has not been easy on Heigl, who's had difficulty landing big roles in Hollywood since. Number 11, Channing Tatum, G.I. Joe, The Rise of the Cobra.
When you move him, she's gonna come after you. You know that, right?
The movie industry is not an easy business to succeed in. Before your big break, when opportunity comes knocking, it can be very tempting to sign multi-film deals with studios, because hey, at that point you can't imagine a world where you'd turn down roles. Like so many of his peers, however, early career contracts would come back to haunt Tatum when he was forced to do this Hasbro adaptation.
I'm going to make you very unhappy.
I'm already unhappy.
When speaking with Howard Stern, he told the radio host, quote, "I f***ing hate that movie." Well, no ambiguity there. Though he clearly resents having been forced into the role, he admits that it helped his career and the studio could have given him far worse films.
Move and I'm gonna blow her away.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.